So we begin with centering sound and affirmative prayer. And if you are already seated, I invite you to close your eyes as we welcome you in this way. I know that there is one energy in this universe, one power, one presence, one substance, one activity, and one thing going on. And I know that the truth of who we all are is that same energy. God, Spirit, Creator, the I Am, Principle, the all that is, being all that there is, has made us in His image and likeness out of itself. And there is nothing else that we can be or do or have or experience that is real other than this good. I know our minds are one with divine mind. Our hearts are one with the heart of all love. Our bodies and our affairs are one with the body of God, and our lives are one with the one life. I know that the infinite intelligence, the boundless overflowing love, the perfect pure spiritual substance, and the immutable power of all life is woven into the very fiber of who we are and everyone and everything which surrounds us. I know that we live in an intelligent and benevolent universe, creative and responsive, empowered, inspired, expressive, joy-filled. I know that every quality of spirit is part of who we are. And I know that anything unlike it dissolves in the light of this truth. It has no law to support it. I am so grateful to know that that which is true and loving and real and powerful is universal. It is eternal. It is ever present. It has no beginning and no end. It is limitless. It is untouchable. And anything false has no law to keep it there. So the good and the love, the truth, the power, the magnificence of all life and who we are abides through every change and every cycle and every event. For this, I am truly grateful and thankful. I release my word in such gratitude, knowing that this is so, and together we say, and so
it is.
Okay. I invite you all to stand and sing, and you may want to get over there somewhere where you can see all the words on the screen. Okay? There is a light inside of you, brother, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. Just thought I'd tell you there's a light inside get up in the morning and sing that, huh? All right. Thank you, David. Okay.
Where was I sitting?
Woo! Well, welcome everyone. My name is Reverend Marcia McLean, and I'm so glad that you're choosing to be here with us today. You are in for an adventure. So welcome to a place at the center of something great. Welcome to a place where you can rediscover your own greatness. Welcome to a place which celebrates your coming to share in the spirit of discovery. Welcome to a place which celebrates your taking whatever you find here with you, wherever you go. Welcome to a place which you can enjoy while you are here, remember fondly when you are elsewhere, and return to whenever you choose. Welcome to a place where you are loved, valued, and supported. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greenville. Welcome home. Welcome to life. Okay, and this one is our purpose statement. We're going to say this one together aloud. We are a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted for who you are. We teach practical spirituality for everyday living. We see everyone as an expression of the divine and practice unconditional love and oneness in all that we do. And so it is. Thank you. Okay. Now, I'm going to welcome Rick Brugger up here to share a reading, meditation, and more.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good to see everyone. Let's have a short meditation together. I'm going to share a few words from Ernest Holmes. I'll include some affirmations. We'll have a few moments of silence, and I'll bring us back with an opening prayer. So find yourself comfortable right where you are. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. And the beating of your heart. Letting go of any thoughts of the past. And setting aside any thoughts of the future for a more appropriate time. Today's reading is titled, Divine Life Animates Me. When Jesus said, Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven within you is perfect, he was telling us that there is a perfection at the center of all things, which recognized will spring into being. We must learn to so identify ourselves with this perfection, so accept it that it is real to us. And so live that it may be expressed through us as what we are. No matter how imperfect the appearance may be, or painful or discordant, there is still an underlying perfection and inner wholeness, a complete and perfect life, which is God. I say to my physical body, be ye therefore perfect, because you already are perfect in the divine sight. I say there is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. This life circulates through you. It animates your whole being. There is no inaction in this divine life. There is no stoppage or hindrance or obstruction to it. Whatever may appear to be the contrary is transformed and transmuted. For I am identifying you, my physical body, only with the body of pure spirit. I now affirm and accept the divine presence as manifesting as my body. I know God is perfect. I know I am perfect. And so it is. Our affirmation: divine life animates me. I am perfect. Divine life animates me. I am perfect. divine life animates me. I am perfect. And from this place of perfection, I bless this day. This perfect day that God has made for everyone to bask in its infinite glory, to play out its untold stories, to live this life full out, filled with joy, peace, harmony. Living in this brotherhood on this beautiful planet, on this enormous galaxy. I know that love reigns supreme. That peace pours over us like rain from the sky. Everyone is bathed in it. That there is a sense of love and harmony rising up from within. This deep desire to express this magnificent life in unity and harmony with each other. Experiencing this magnificent abundance of life. More than enough for all life and so much more. I know the people of this earth rise up. They rise up in peace. They recognize this unconditional love. They unite together that we all be fulfilled. And so it is.
We have a beautiful song from David Alt called I'm Here to Remind You. If you catch on, please sing with us, otherwise just soak it up. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you truly love. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you Thank you, Rick and David Alt. Oh, I think I'm going to stay here, right where I'm at. We're married, and I'm requesting the remote right now. Okay. Thank you, Rick. Okay. So again, welcome everyone. If you arrived a little later, my name is Reverend Marcia McLean, and I'm so glad you're choosing to be here right now. Wow. Okay. So, we have a couple of themes going on, and I want to share what they are as we kind of kick this off this afternoon. One of the themes is divine life, which is what Rick read from that blue book over there on the stool called Creative Ideas from Ernest Holmes. Another theme is called The Way It Works, which is part 2 of the introduction of the Science of Mind textbook by Ernest Holmes. You start to notice Ernest Holmes is one of those themes. We're also talking about the law of attraction, and we're continuing to explore from this book a correlation between what we teach and practice here and taking stuff out in the world. There are 4 sections early in this brand spanking new book from Reverend Dr. David Alexander called Freedom from Discord, which talk about how to use new thought, which is the umbrella under which we hang out, to bring justice into the world. And really what that means is to manifest and demonstrate and to embody and to share and to see and to make known that it's already there. Okay? So this week, last week we talked about conscious creation. This week we're talking about the law of attraction as it applies to that. And next week, hold on to your hats, we're actually going to talk about social responsibility. And then the following, we're going to talk about life visioning, which is something that Michael Beckwith created that is amazing. So, all that. So the way it works, I decided that I'll just put this all in a bucket called accepting the gift. Last week, we talked about this idea or this concept that spirit finds personal expression by means of its creations. All of us, everyone, everything. And it does this in an interesting way. Because we are free, it is always to the degree that we understand it. That's the big caveat, is that because we're free, the truth about everything cannot be forced upon us. We get to discover it at our own pace, in our own way. We get to seek it out or run the other way. We get to use this extraordinary power that we have to imagine and to create, to demonstrate, manifest experience, and so on. Or we can use it unconsciously. So there's a whole lot going on, but this week we're going to cut out a little piece of it that has to do with the way it works. Here's a quote from Ernest Holmes. He says, the science of mind, which is what we teach here, and not all, it's just a starting point, is not a special revelation of any individual. It is rather the culmination of all revelations. We take the good wherever we find it, making it our own insofar as we understand it. The realization that good is universal and that as much good as any individual is able to incorporate in his life is his to use is what constitutes the science of mind and spirit. So I know that sounds like a mouthful, but really we are one of many groups underneath the umbrella of New Thought. And what we do is we practice personal interpretation of universal truth and application of it as well. We don't need any middle person. I'm only up here because I was curious and wanted to learn more and just kept taking more classes and taking on more opportunities to discover and to share. And that is that. Otherwise, I'd be sitting right there next to all of you. So, the origin of everything finds its outlet in and through life. Our lives are the universal life expressing as each of us. Our thoughts and emotions are the use we make of it. Man, we just ran into a big one right there. They are the use that we make of the cause of everything. If you've ever watched What the Bleep Do We Know, or maybe some YouTube videos from Dr. Quantum, that's Dr. Fred Alan Wolf. He does these animated pieces on quantum physics. There's something now this material's from 1938. This author started writing in 1926. Now, What the Bleep Do We Know is not that old, but quantum physics says that we have something called the observer effect. We essentially get what we measure for. I'm not a physicist, so I'll stop there. But there is so much, especially if you read something in your news feed on your phone about neuroscience and quantum physics and psychology and whatever, it'll give you 10 times more the next time you look. That's what I did. So, our thoughts and our emotions are creative. What we focus on grows. What goes around comes around. We get what we give. These are things that we've heard before. And so we can take them as truth philosophically. We can take them as truth scientifically. We can just experiment with them and say, well, hey, just in case there's any validity to that, let me check it out. It doesn't matter. Because that's the thing about universal truth, is it shows up everywhere in all kinds of different forms and voices, shapes and sizes for all of us to discover in our own way. However, that's a pretty big deal, that our thoughts and our emotions are so connected with how our lives turn out. It's almost like turning a dial on a radio. Those of you who study vibrational medicine, or maybe you're students of the Abraham material, there's a lot of talk about that. There's the talk about getting in the vortex and then you just think an erroneous thought and out you go again. You're back to where you started. Whatever your path is, when you explore universal truth, when you look for what is true yesterday, today, tomorrow, here, there, and everywhere, you find things. You find things that you can count on. We call them principles and laws. So, take that in. We are using this power that creates every time we think and feel, consciously and unconsciously. And that piece about freedom, which is one of our overarching themes this month, the piece about freedom is that because we are free, like I said earlier, none of this can be forced on any of it. And what we talked about last week is that in order for us to really get something, we need to understand it. And in order to understand it, we need to have that understanding through our own experience. So that's going to happen, right? In our own way, our own time, our own everything. So that's the freedom part. And yet we just stumbled on this power part that says, oh my goodness, what we think about and what we focus on and what we feel and what we get emotionally engaged in gathers momentum. I talked about that last week. I don't remember what the experience was now, but I started to think, this isn't going well. Whatever it wasn't going well. I thought about it some more and some more and some more, and it got worse and worse and worse, and I finally said, Rick, help me get my head back on straight. Because this is just going from bad to worse, and I need some help breaking out of this. I don't want it to get any worse. And it did until I asked for help. I put on the brakes and I stopped. So there you go. Okay. So the mind in each of us is designed to know that it is divine. Right? To know that there is this thing about us. You've heard about your higher self, your capital S self. We've got all kinds of names for it. Michael Singer's got names for it. Eckhart Tolle's got names for it. Everybody's got names for it. But it is this aspect of us that has never been separate from that which created us. And it is the one that, like when we close our eyes in meditation, it is the one that is observing us meditating. It's the one observing us saying, oh man, I can't make my mind stop. It's the one back there further saying, oh, look at her, she's trying to make her mind stop. I really don't know. But there is this capital S self that has never even contemplated the idea of separation or duality or good and evil or any of that. It is pure, whole God stuff. If the word God doesn't work for you, try love. I like one syllable words so I can still carry on with the song or whatever I'm saying, the mantra or the affirmation. That's what we're talking about. So this guy, Ernest Holmes, said this, and we're going to say it together right now. He says there's only one life, and actually part of that was echoed in that reading. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life and your life now. And we are going to do something that Dr. Edward Viljoen did 15 years ago in San Diego. Great story. We're going to chant this for a couple of times. And again, if you're more comfortable with a different word, feel free. The point is your experience, whatever that is. You may choose a one-syllable word like love because it would be easier. You may have something else in mind. But I want to just invite you to close your eyes for a moment. We're going to say this about 3 or 4 times. And I'm going to use the word God because I finally figured out what I mean when I say that. Okay? All right. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. That is one way to put on the brakes, by the way. If you are spiraling and getting mad at something on your computer or in traffic, you can use that. And again, if you want to use a different word, the point is that there is perfection at the center of your being that is untouched. And all you need to remember is to identify with it. So we're made by it, out of it, in its image and likeness. There's nothing else. Those are the words that I said in my opening prayer. Holmes also said that we don't know how much of this is that we are. And when we see it as it is, we shall then see ourselves as we are, as we truly are. To truly know God is to know ourselves. Oh my goodness, I don't think that very many people say that. Because somehow, for whatever well-meaning intentions, this idea that each of us is divine, it didn't get much press. It didn't get much airtime. It even got played down. Some of the books were removed just to keep people in line, whatever the case may be. The truth is that every one of us has a spark of the divine at the core of who we are that is untouchable. It's always there. No one can do this for us, however, and no one can see that infinite part through their eyes for us. I didn't say that quite the way that I meant to. No one can see it for us. No one can experience it for us. It's a personal deal, right? Your meditation, your prayer, your spiritual experience, your revelation, your whatever that is. So then the question is, well, what the heck are we doing here? Well, I believe that the reason that we're here in places like this, doing this together, there are a few of them. One of them, which we discovered during COVID, is we need connection. Even though it's fun to be on Zoom and only have to dress up the top half of your body, and wear whatever, polar fleece, rainbow pants, or your pajamas. People suffered from not connecting with one another. And the thing about the opposite of connection is that it leads to all kinds of dis-ease of every sort, of the spirit, the soul, the body, the life, you name it. So that's one reason. And the other is if we are all exploring We like to share our experiences. We like to say, wow, I had this thing happen for me that was so amazing. And someone else will say, me too. Maybe somebody will say, I'm having a hard time right now. And someone else will say, I had a similar experience and I tried this. You see, there's so many things that come out of being together and sharing this journey. The other thing that we do here, Rocco Errico calls prayer setting a trap for God. But setting a trap for it's like one of those night cameras, so you can watch wildlife creeping around, whatever, eating the bait, staring into the camera. We create these environments in which personal revelation happens. We create these environments in which discovery occurs. We create these opportunities with meditation and music and whatever for this stuff to happen. That's all. And like I said, then we get to share it. So that's why we're here. We are not to get all caught up in other people's connection, other people's experiences, except to be inspired by them. Not to revere them. Now, you know what fan is short for? It's fanatic. We don't have to be fans of people who are having great experiences. We can be people who are having great experiences. So we do all of this to sort of set a trap for that, to set the stage for something to happen and for us to have somebody to share it with. Here's another thing about freedom. We're always free. We're free to pay attention or not pay attention, to listen to that still small voice or ignore it. We are free to imagine and dream and reach or say, no, I don't think so. We couldn't be divine or spirit and have some aspect of something other than freedom built into who we are. So we get to delight and we get to mess up, right? And good parenting lets you fall on your face and learn something from it. And then when you get back up, say, there, it's going to be all right. Good job, good try, good for you. And tomorrow we'll do it again. So there's this freedom thing is so important for all of that. Holmes says that in our ignorance of the truth, we have misused the highest power we possess. So great is this power, so complete our freedom in it, that the misuse of this power has brought upon us the very conditions from which we suffer. Oh my goodness. We are bound because at first we are free. Why is that? The power which appears to bind us is the only power in the universe which can free us. What would that be? It would be that what I think about and what I focus on leads to my feeling state, my emotion state. It sets energy in motion. It sends out a blueprint. It sends out, it creates a divine prototype. The forces of attraction, now I'm quoting Troward, the forces of attraction begin to coalesce around that pattern, around that idea, and pretty soon people, places, things, stuff are all taking form around this pattern, and there you go. That is the slice of reality that we've dialed in. And getting back to physics, even though I am not a scientist, we talk about collapsing the wave. When you think about the field of infinite possibility in a particular way, all of the other possibilities seemingly vanish. And this one, because it's the one you thought of and the way you thought of it, becomes the reality. The thing is, and this is why we get into classes and discussion groups and keep coming back, is that all of those other options are still there. Some people do something called quantum healing, where they take a situation and they put it back mentally in meditation, back into the field of infinite possibility, and pluck it out in a new way, rewrite it in their mental history books. There are so many things about this. And the thing is that we can recreate. We don't have to repeat what happened yesterday. And if we get caught up in what things look like and what they feel like, and we don't put the brakes on, we don't stop and say a mantra, an affirmation, take a time out, meditate, pray, whatever, to get straight, then we get so caught up in it we can't be of any earthly good, right? So, if there are certain specific ways of thought and belief that have produced limitations, other beliefs will change them, says Holmes. So how much can one demonstrate? That's another word for like manifest, although I don't like to use that word. As much as one can believe. It says, how much can we see? How much can we accept? How much can we find in our consciousness that is no longer repudiated by our own denials? Whatever that is, that much we can have. So knowing that the thing, which is another word for God or Spirit or Creator, can work for us only by working through us, Holmes suggests let us begin to accept more good than we experienced yesterday, and to know that we shall reap a harvest of fulfilled desires. I'm going to back up and say, too, that he says there's not two powers, there's only one. Some of you who have studied other sciences know this. There isn't heat and cold. There are degrees of the presence or the absence of one thing. Everything is actually polar. There are polar opposites. And the things which we think are dual and two different things are just different ends of the one thing. So there's not good and evil. There is not a light and dark as separate dueling powers. There is the presence and the absence. And through our thinking and our feeling and our believing, we can make it seem so real. And we can also change it the same way. So he says, the time has come when we shall have left the apparent evil behind, when it shall be rolled up like a scroll and numbered with the things which were once thought to be. Let us realize and work with this sound knowledge and perfect faith that as high as we shall make our mark in mind and spirit, so high shall be its outward manifestation in our material world. And so I said that next week we're going to be talking more about the material world. We're going to be talking more about taking this out into life. But I do want to share a little something just to keep my promise. This is from Freedom from Discord. It is the promise of New Thought Liberation Theology from Reverend David Alexander, D.D. And he's speaking at his home center in Atlanta right now, probably. Because they do an afternoon service at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship in Atlanta. And we got the idea from that. Okay, the law of attraction. According to the law of attraction, like attracts like. By aligning our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions with justice, we can attract experiences that reflect fairness, equality, and harmony. This principle encourages us to focus on what we desire rather than dwelling on what we perceive as unjust or lacking. And I have a workshop that I've been doing off and on since I started building it in 2010 and started offering it in 2011, called Positive Activism, Making a Difference Without Losing Your Cool. And we will do it sometime in here before November. That's my theory. And it is about how to be present and active in the world while maintaining all of this centeredness and this true power, right? So we will do that at some point, and I'll make sure that you know when that happens. I wanted to end with this then. If, there was another slide. Let me show you the other slide that I totally forgot about. Down here, Buddha says, with our thoughts, we make the world. Over here, Jesus says, it is done unto you as you believe. And if I lost track of time and Googled, I'd probably find some more examples in other faith traditions and other belief systems that say something similar. I wanted to be sure to share that with you because we are really committed to honoring all paths and focusing on that which is true within all of them. So imagine this then. You can say this for yourself, right? There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. What if you're sitting with a friend who is in distress? How about this? There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is your life now. Now, we could get into a class or a group and argue that I just used dualistic language. Too bad. It is lovingly offered. As a matter of fact, the original quote Ernest Holmes says is, there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life and your life now. So there. Now, what if you're in distress about what's going on in the world, like last week or yesterday, last night at 6-something p.m.? There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is their life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is everyone's life now. What if you kept saying it until you believed it, so you could be some earthly good and decide what you're going to do next? Scientific studies say that when we get into a place of peace, peace occurs all around us. And then when we get out of it, the chaos returns. So there's more to praying without ceasing besides us feeling better, because we're all connected. So I invite you to think about all of that today, and know that next week we're really going to dig into that social responsibility piece, because many of us are wondering, what do we do now? Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And you have this prayer from Ernest Holmes. We've been trying to, I will see if I can find out when he wrote it, at what point in history. But this is Ernest Holmes' prayer for my country, which is yours to enjoy. All right. I'm going to grab my water from right here. I have the clicker, don't I? Okay. So we wanted to share something with you. We modified this a little bit. We're doing what's called an honoring of conscious giving and receiving. And one of the things is when I hear the voice of Edwene Gaines, one of my oldest and best teachers on that subject. We create an opportunity to give because we are a nonprofit spiritual organization who pays the rent and buys food and does stuff with people's contributions. And we have this crazy notion that we should do this in the world, right? And so there's that. There's also the law of circulation, which is an opportunity to participate in the cycle of giving and receiving. And sometimes throughout the year, we offer classes where we dig into that too. We talk about all of our myths and our headaches and our nightmares and our what ifs and our yeah buts. And we explore that. And today, we're going to put it into practice. This is a quote that's combining a couple of lines from Ernest Holmes from our favorite blue book over there. I want us to say it together if you can see the screen with me. Today is filled with blessing for myself and others. Gratefully I accept of the divine love and givingness and extend them to everyone I meet. And truly, this law of circulation applies to absolutely everything. If you want more attention, give more attention. If you want more time, which seems crazy when you don't have enough time, give more time, and so on and so on. So you have a few more opportunities before I move this magic vessel around here. You can text the word give to 864-263-1234. That's 864-263-1234. You can go to cslgreenville.com/give. You can find that information over there on the table next to the food. Over here on this table next to that white vessel on the altar. You may choose to put something in there. You may have given yesterday online. You might do it tonight or tomorrow. So when this moves around, just know that this is one of many ways that you have the opportunity to do that. And if you smile and pass it to the person next to you, that is just a gift in itself. Thank you, Rick. Of course, we're going to sing a song in just a moment. This is another thing I learned from one of my teachers. Cough drops. Okay. All right. So this is called the Receiving Chant from Karen Drucker. I invite you to join us as we sing. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. So take a moment and bless these gifts, recognizing that they are the presence of Spirit as each and every one of us. And I know that the same is true for everything that has come in online throughout the week, morning, noon, and night. I know that these gifts that are coming in this evening and tomorrow, and as my beautiful teacher Barbara Waterhouse would say, she'd say cash, checks, deeds of trust, awards, rewards, winnings, findings. Oh my goodness, they were given some land. So I have witnessed the power of those statements. I know that all of this good is blessed because it came from you and you are pure spirit. And for this we are truly grateful and thankful. And so it is. So we're going to hit the last verse of that same song one more time. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. Woohoo! All right. Wow. Thank you, everyone. I am jazzed. Our lasagna must be just about ready because it's got this time frame that matches what we're up to. So we decided that our announcements ought to be prettier. How many of you have looked at us on social media? Anybody? Oh gosh, I hope so. Yay! Yay! Yay!
That's social.
That means that all my time at my desk is worthwhile. Okay, so we changed this a little bit, and here we are. This is our Sunday Soul Feast. Today's week 4. How about that? We've got room to grow, obviously, and we will continue to be here. We got plenty of food to share in case you didn't know that was happening. The Greenville Spiritual Living Circle has been meeting on Monday nights on Zoom since last September. Woo, how many? Okay, yeah, it's a very cool place to share your thoughts and how to live. We are going to do this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Zoom. And I'm going to stop talking real soon. You can ask me later more about it. Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, August 27th through September 24th on Zoom. This is a certificated course, 5 weeks, no textbook, yahoo. And you can also make a prayer request by filling out one of these yellow cards and putting it in there. And we will know the highest and best about you. And what are we going to do now? Uh-oh.
All right,
We're gonna-
you guys know this song, so you're
Yeah,
gonna have
you
to
gotta
help
help me out
Marcia
here.
out, okay? That's the deal. Price of admission.
I'm turning off my microphone because that will allow me to cough as much as I want to, but I don't need
I know
to.
you guys know the song. Intro.
All right, here we go. Joy, joy, I still got joy. Joy, joy, I still got joy. Joy, joy, I still got joy. After all I've been through, I still got joy. Love, 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 I still got love. Love, love, I still got love. Love, love, I still got love. After all I've been through, I still got love. Peace, 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 I still got peace. Peace, peace, I still got peace. Peace, peace, I still got peace. After all I've been through, I still got peace. Joy, 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 I still got joy. Joy, joy, I still got joy. Joy, joy, I still got joy. After all I've been through, I still got joy. After all I've been through, I still got joy. After all I've been through, I still got joy. Woohoo! All right. Yes, we're keeping the mic off. Oh, man. All right. So thank you so much for being here. And we're a couple minutes after 5. And this is what I know. I know that good has showed up as each and every one of us because I'm feeling good and I think you are too. So grateful for all of you for being here. And thank you. And so it is.
So it
so
is.
There it is.
So